The Soviet Union had given a lot of support to the ANC, to the SCCP, for decades, going back to 1920s. A lot of ANC students had studied in the Soviet Union over many decades, many fields: political science, international relations, military training, economics, across the Soviet Union. There was a lot of political support at the United Nations. The Soviet Union provided accommodation for MK soldiers. If you look at the current leadership of the South African National Defence Force, most of them were part of the last group of students in the Soviet Union who left in '91. So the chief of the Air Force, chief of the Navy, chief of the Army had all studied in the Soviet Union at that time. So a whole generation of ANC students kind of grew up studying the Soviet Union. A lot of good things. It also showed you what a non-racial country could be like, how a state could Sure. be geared to provide support for poor parts of society, whether it's free education, free healthcare, free housing, or subsidized transport, or jobs for everybody. And the Soviet Union had built a university called Patrice Lumumba, dedicated to training African, Latin American, Asian students in the 60s. So they show the principles of solidarity, which I think that's why many people look fondly on the former Soviet Union. But it wasn't just Russia, there was 15 Soviet republics. So we had a lot of MK students training in Ukraine, a lot of people studying in Moscow. People who were in the Navy went to Azerbaijan, people who went for the Air Force training went to Kyrgyzstan. So it was across the Soviet Union. And I think people had good experiences. There were some difficult parts too, but I think overall many people look fondly on those times.